Marshall Pruitt here at Le Mans with Garage 56. We have three drivers with pretty amazing record. I don't know if it's ever been assembled before in motorsports. Mike Rockenfeller, winner overall in 2010 at 24 Hours of Le Mans with Audi. Jimmie Johnson, you've won these things 17 times, but victory lane at the Daytona 500, Indianapolis as well, the Brickyard 400. Jenson Button, Monaco Grand Prix. These are legitimately the four pillars that young drivers everywhere dream of being on one of these podiums. I don't think folks with these achievements have ever been together as a driver group before, so that's what I wanted to talk about. Start with you, Rocky. This podium here at Le Mans, it's a powerful thing. It's a beautiful thing too, because all the fans flood pit lane. What's it like standing there, not only proud, winning for Audi, but also seeing this sea of humanity? I don't know, 50,000, 100,000 people cheering.
It's for me personally was the coolest podium ever. Especially after a 24-hour race, you're exhausted and you know you made it, and then to go up there and see all those people. I mean, it's just full of people. It's a very, very cool, emotional experience, and I would love to do it together with those two folks this year. Let's see, but it's for sure something special.
Are we allowed to go on the podium if we finish? Because we're going to win our category.
We should anyway.
I think
go
we
up.
go anyhow.
I heard there's a surprise Garage 57 entry coming, so I wouldn't bank on that yet, Button, but I like the idea. Jimmy, for you, obviously we're hoping to get you in victory lane at the Indy 500. You were fighting hard to make that happen. Nonetheless, you have stood there at 2.5 Mile Speedway and at Daytona as well. What's it like seeing this huge grandstand in both occasions, right? We don't get the flooding of people onto everything in front of you, but still, it's almost like an amphitheater style of folks celebrating and chanting your name. What is that like?
That's incredible. You know, Daytona, the achievement, of course, is monumental. Where victory lane is located, you're a bit further away from the crowd, so you can certainly hear them, but there's an energy component that's not as significant as the Brickyard. And as we all know, at the Brickyard you have grandstands on both sides and it's pretty compressed. And going out to kiss the bricks at the Brickyard 400 with the crowd going nuts, and then where victory lane is located, you just feel it, and there's such an energy to it that it's quite special. And hope to experience something similar here, over on the front stretch at the end of our 24 hours.
What does Goodyear and dirt taste like? I've never kissed the bricks. I'm a little germophobic that way, but when you win, you kind of have to. What's that like?
Yeah, it's fantastic. You want to brush your teeth after, but all is good.
Jenson, Monaco is the one hailed by many as just one of the hardest ever to get to in terms of victory. I was looking at a photo of you there, and I'm like, oh, that's Alonso. No, that's Jarno Trulli, one of the drivers somewhat forgotten at the time. But Monaco podium isn't necessarily one with the same millions of fans. Tell me about the feeling, brother, because we all know what that means.
Yeah, it's Monaco's an interesting race, and especially in F1, because a lot of the work's done on Saturday, in the qualifying, but you still got to bring it home on Sunday, and as you go through the race, it feels like the barriers just get narrower and narrower and narrower. But it's one of those special races to win, because when you cross the finish line, you celebrate with your team, with the fans, but also it feels like the whole of Monaco. All the boats, all the yachts are on their horns when you cross the finish line and when you're celebrating. It's really special. And I did it in the best way because I parked in the wrong place.
I was just thinking about that.
I drove into the weighbridge, and you're supposed to go down the start and finish straight, so I had to run. I love training, so I ran down the start and finish straight, and it was great. So I was waving to the crowd, so it was pretty awesome. And I like the taste of champagne more than bricks, but
take what you can get.
Exactly.
It's an American thing.
If I could taste the bricks, I'd be very happy.
I'm guessing you didn't have to pay for a drink that night, and what a great town to win a race in. No disrespect to Daytona or Indianapolis, Steak and Shake might be the only thing open.
We should compare stories. I have a great one from the Daytona 500 victory.
Well, let's hear that, and then I want to hear, I'm guessing you woke up sobered up about 3 days later, hopefully, but Monaco seems like a great town to win in.
It is, because then you go with the crown, with the prince for dinner, black tie dinner, which is pretty cool. And then we had Super Monday, as we call it now. So woke up, went for a rosé on the beach, and which turned into probably about 15 bottles of rosé, and it was a very messy day. So Super Monday. So hopefully one day we'll get to race together and win and have a Super Monday.
What about you, Jimmy?
So Daytona finishes up with all the press that's required. No princes are around, by the way, and the motorhome lot completely clears out, but the team still sticks around because we have obligations the next day. So we decided to pull out a table, folding table, and we played flip cup. You guys know what flip cup is?
Sounds like it.
You take a solo cup and
red solo
you put some beer in the bottom of it, and everybody gets in a line, and you drink the cup and set it down. You have to flip it over, and it has to land upright before it moves to the next person. And so we sat in the infield of Daytona International Speedway, was totally empty, playing flip cup.
You did that with the Prince, right? Right, Jenson?
It was similar.
Quarters? Maybe?
Similar. Yeah, it was very similar. I mean, he did bring the sprinkler out with the old dance moves. I mean, it was pretty awesome, I must say. But no, flip cup sounds much better.
Flip cup's fun. Yes.
So Rocky, you guys at Audi used to win this thing just non-stop, and it was a blast going out behind in the paddock. I mean, there are a lot of bottles being opened, and anyone who thinks Germans don't know how to party, they don't know what they're talking about. Tell me about celebrations with the former factory team there.
Yeah, you think after 24 hours you're really tired and so on, but if you win it, you're full of adrenaline, and yeah, we used to have great parties here in Le Mans. Basically another 24 hours, until Monday morning. I remember with my teammates and the whole staff and all the facilities we had around the track. All the people were in the one big, let's say, hospitality, and we had DJs and really good parties. The other
NASCAR needs to step up their game.
Yeah, honestly,
Where's
it was
the
really good.
G56 DJ? Come on.
Let's wait. I mean, we had really good parties after, I have to say.
All right, let's close on this. So during our walk and talk, you're mentioning his trophy case might have a few more additions, but trophy size, where is it sitting at home in a place of honor? Which one's the biggest? Why don't you go, Rocky?
I don't know. I have no comparison really, but the 24-hour. I mean,
You still have it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know
It's not
compared
like
to the other
holding
two.
a door open somewhere?
No,
Okay.
not. I mean, it is a special trophy, definitely. I still have it, and yeah, it's in my case, it's for me the most important trophy I won. So it has a special place, yeah, for sure, next to helmets and other stuff.
What about you, Johnson? You got a lot of trophies to manage.
Fortunately do, but home office. I've got some helmets and stuff, and 500 wins and Brickyard wins sitting there. Looks great.
Tell me there's a room in your home where it's just in the middle, like backlit, beautiful. The red lasers around it from all the movies, so no one can steal it.
It's similar, yes. But the Monaco trophy it's a nice trophy, but it doesn't compare to the World Championship trophy, which I had to buy.
Come on.
Yeah. So when you win the World Championship trophy, you get to keep it for a year, and then if you don't win it the next year, you give it back. So my manager, I was like, I'm not paying for it. So my manager had to buy me a replica, which I think was like 35 grand or something.
Whoa.
So I have this replica with all the drivers' signatures all around engraved, which is pretty cool. It is in my office, and it does need a polish, which my wife told me about the other day, but yeah, it's pretty cool to have.
I hope you walk in the office every morning, kiss it, and say, "Good morning, beautiful," because you earned that. You earned it, paid for it, and everything. Amazing. Seriously, Le Mans, Daytona, Indianapolis, Monaco, and they're going to try and stand on this podium here together on Sunday with Garage 56. Saturday, Sunday, no rest for this team.